don't promise us my money now about the bar chromatics, my money is chromatic, dear call, dear Banner Benia BB, fast forward the border and say, then echo John Dramani Mahama, or Nankasa Neba Bani, Chocho Mucho, NDC Mapa, na waba bonti na chese. All the campaign kesi ediako edietia NDC aban mo amuhwe ababa we ya John Dramani Mahama onankasa ne baba ya chese oye nodna of John Dramani Mahama ni krum papa na chese waba bonti no say wo pe party pan di omechi pan di na enye NDC party enti no odofo we breaking bibia down e di amaga na fo nyina say omonti bibia say Senia NDC party omuti etie omusuban etie ene omune ye nyina etie na yenua ba na John Dramani Mahama onankasa ne baba waba abonten a odi sa expose enu nyina efi onankasa ne party akachi na odi nyina bre ya meso mabobo ni nyina kama mede ni nyina bre mu acromatics of my ko na yanko de sa video nchi mu na sia.
Good morning and happy Sunday. Today I really want to elaborate on something. Maybe this will help any illiterate or educated illiterate still under the influence and charm of this pathetic party called NDC will get this one better, a better explanation. Because when you try to describe the NDC for what it is, a lot of people don't get it. A lot of Ghanaians don't get it. I don't have, like I always say, I don't have a problem with those who are backing them up because they have something to also secure. They are well connected to secure their own bag. Those are the selfish interest people that I don't even want to go there because they have a cause to fight for. And they are fed and taken care of by corruption. So no matter how things are, they would always speak for the party. But I'm talking about people like myself who only gets to benefit when they are able to eat and throw something into the public. And that is why someone like me in a corrupt country, I would always go for the one who still at least think of the ordinary Ghanaians and take social intervention seriously, that also what benefit us in a way for the time being. Now, I don't want to deviate from what I want to talk about. When people try to describe the NDC for what it is, I don't know if it is English. I don't know if it is our high illiteracy rate dealing with us. I don't know if it is just that our population or our culture or our, social cultural norms does not put us, or is it that our education system just don't put us on the right path for us to think, for us to be able to receive information, process that information and make meaning out of it that is going to influence our decisions when it comes to big institutions that determines you and I future, like politics. Now, I just want to show you two different videos of two MPs, one from the NDC and the other one from the NPP. Their line of debate when it comes to national issues, the way they think, the way they analyze, the way they present information. And just let you that don't have anything to gain, whether NPP or NDC, but only has something to gain when a party thinks of you and takes social intervention seriously and try to strengthen some systems that you and I are going to benefit. This is just why I want to show you before I go further to add something. So stay tuned.
The budget is going to be because Ghanaians don't want too much talking. We don't want to hear inflation this, inflation that. All we want is we should have peace.
This is an MP voted for to go into a space and make economic decisions that will bring about positive change in the lives of her people. Look at her response to something of finance, something that is going to determine you and I, how our lives are going to look like. Look at his response. Why? Are you proud? You as an ordinary Ghanaian, are you proud? Are you proud? But every blessed day that an NDC has the opportunity, these are the kind of shallow talk we receive from them. They shy away from data. They hate to deal with facts and figures. They hate maths. They hate data. They hate anything that will give you direction, that will give you vision, that will give you, clarity on what to decide on what to do, where you are going, where you want to go, the steps to put in place. I want to ask this ordinary question. In this era of the world, who in his right or her right sense of reasoning would come and think that you can actually impact into the population positively without embracing facts and figures? Just look at what she's saying. Or see, we don't like long talk. That is rascals. That is true definition of a rascal person, a person who don't care, a person who has not your interest at heart, but what she stands to gain. So anything that will put the person on a negative spot to bring out his or her weaknesses, the person will tell you that we don't want that thing. How dare you? But these are the stupid, psychotic people that, due to high illiteracy rate of our population and the fact that every other citizen is qualified to vote, voting is by age. This one is in parliament. Respond to a budget. She said it will be a government does not want to deal with inflation facts, but is promising you that she's actually going.
Other for motinsem na enua ba ne kan John Dramani Mahama na nkasa ne baba motinsem no kan no say o play video bi kire mu no say NDC ni mapao parliamentarian nkasa na chese all describe budget no say budget ni ye chese NDC for no omo say omo ye shallow minded people omadwen mu no emu ndo very shallow omo ndwen ko echire omo mpe facts and figures. We na John Dramani Mahama onansa ne baba bontin no de expose ekese e de akọ e de amo onansa de party am so beje ni nyina bro acromative so do for man ko na yentu ansam so mra sia.
Going to work in your favor, and you believed it. And you go on social media and you see the fools still, like blindly, like praising this kind of stupid. Oh my goodness. It's so sad. Sometimes it gets really frustrating when you look yourself in the mirror with what is going on in our space of parliament today, and then you are a Ghanaian. It's sad. Now, let's watch another MP. When they want to debate on that same space, what they bring on board for you and I to go to research, read further, get the right information, and decide on what decision is actually going to favor us. Who among the two beasts that you people claim they all are still at least think of your best interest? Think of things that you too can benefit. Think of things that they can put in place to actually liberate you from being that desperate and hungry to feed, but to put you on a spot that you can also think, dream for yourself, and bring your vision into manifestation that is going to help you and help the government to develop a nation. Go have a look.
Take your calculators and do the mathematics. The growth rate was 3.4%, Mr. Speaker. That economy was not criminal managed. A growth rate of 6% is a criminal mismanaged economy, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, they left a primary balance of 1.4 negative deficit. 1.4 primary balance, 1.4% was what you left. Mr. Speaker, we are leaving you with a surplus. We are leaving you 1.46 surplus. Mr. Speaker, the debt to GDP ratio was 73.1%. We are doing 72%. Mr. Speaker, they talk about debt. Mr. Speaker, NPP 1 left government with a debt of 8 billion under President John Ajokun Kufuor. $8 billion. And when Mr. Mahama and John Mills came into power, they skyrocketed our debt to 29.2 billion. Mr. Speaker, without doing anything, Mr. Speaker, without doing anything, the present value terms of that debt is 447 billion Ghana cedi. Wow. Without doing anything, the present value terms of that particular 29 billion they have left for us is 447 billion Ghana cedi, using the exchange rate of 14 or 15 Ghana cedi to the dollar. Mr. Speaker, compare that in contradistinction to the debt left by the Nana Akufo-Addo government. We are adding some 227 billion between these two governments, which has added more debt. Between these two, take your calculators and do the mathematics. It's obvious that the NDC government has contributed 43% to our debt stock, while the NPP contributed 38%. So when it comes to the debt debate, I kindly urge my colleagues on the other side to hasten with caution, because the numbers don't lie and the numbers don't support their position.
This is information. It's not even data. And if you, as an ordinary Ghanaian, the so-called I don't belong to political party, yet you are making stupid decisions that harms people like us who can actually listen, go and make good use of Google to find out the truth. Because say ye wo amafo bebre a omwe Jimmy tesewo that omonti asie sukuu no omon pekan, they just sit down and all of them have the right to go and vote. You keep drawing people like us back. This is even if you want to consider it as a data, the information that the MP has given, you and I can rely on it. Go do research about it and make a wise decision when it comes to what leadership issues. But sadly, majority of our population will choose to follow that local, educated illiterate of a woman that will open their mouth and say, we don't want long talk, we don't want to hear anything about inflation or whatsoever. All we want is peace. I want to ask a question. Was Ghana under war? Under the NPP? What does she mean by all we want is peace? But sadly, that is the reality of the Ghanaian population. These are the people. Her kind is what forms the majority of our population. So ask yourself if we are ever in a position to be better, to get better, to demand better. Look, these kind of people even kills the spirit of leaders who actually are willing to serve us better and push us better. Her kind kills their spirit. Her kind is the kind of people, the kind of population that transform good people into giving up and just settling for the systems that the population kind of understand and wants to always go with. That's her kind.
Other for which second video, no say NPP for the beyond baby or the facts and figures. I just send an branch and a casano, no, the facts and figures in out to her, or so be on the calculator. Near calculation, you be beyond to or near calculation, come on. Wait, just say NPP for only shallow minded people, only deep thinkers. And I think beyond no more the facts and figures, need but for in some new one. More my encore, 9 years and 2 years on Matia.
And truth be told, that is the Ghanaian population. Those are the people that forms the majority and go to the polls to also decide. And yes, we embrace it. And the few ones who are able to know 1 + 1 - 2 and can probably express themselves in the name of, I'm getting my share, I don't care. Cheer them on. And that is how it flows down to our communities, our mothers, our sisters who have not also been opportune to go to school, or probably if they were even opportune, they would be influenced like the way she is. How can a whole MP set that you don't care about? We don't want long talk. We don't want anything about inflation. All we want is peace. Yes. A whole MP. And we arise, Ghana youth, we are proud. Yes, so. How? When you hear some of these things in a big platform where other countries are watching, as a Ghanaian, how do you feel? This is not an ordinary person, for God's sake. This is some people's decision. Some people went to the polls to print for an apple like that. But what about us? What about you that you don't have anything to gain apart from the government that have an IQ that can think out of the box and put something down for you? Clearly, nothing is showing that these people want to even end corruption. Forget about that. They are hungry people. Just want to occupy and take their share and go. They have no drive. They have no plan. They have no vision. But you see people, after that budget is read, the fool soldiers are everywhere. They don't have shame. You can't shame the shameless. Applauding them. They won't take the time to go and read. They won't take the time to listen to both minority, majority, go into research, find out the truth. Who is actually being honest, at least to understand. Because if you want to kill stealing, one way to deal with stealing and corruption is first being honest. But we, the youth, we never want to take the pain to do any of this. We never want to call a spade a spade. And we have the majority of the fools who are very loud in noise, loud in anything, taking dominance. And the few of us that can actually reason, choose to reason from our stomach. And that is why somebody like this will say anything, will say some of these things, and don't even feel a thing, and don't get timid about it, because what is it? We embrace anything, we praise anything, we applaud anything NDC. And they know her type forms the majority of the Ghanaian population. So that is why she will speak like that with confidence. She will berate our minds with confidence. She will belittle our sense of reasoning with confidence. She will belittle our priorities with confidence, because on him say, yeah, Ghana youth now almost say arise no. Yabon. We are useless. We are self-centered. We don't care. We go with anything. And it's just a matter of putting some small peanut changes in our pockets, and they get us rolling like pigs and lions on the street, backing them up, because that is how useless we the youth of Ghana has become. That is how pathetic our future has become. And I'm not surprised that her type can say on the media that we don't want long talk. Yes, we don't want long talk, because our youth are simply useless. They don't have heads. So whether someone presents you the right information or not, they know very well that we don't even use it for anything good. We don't. We are stupid. We don't have direction. We don't have vision. We don't know where we are going. So that's it. I hope that you watch this video and know where you belong. As a youth of Ghana, that they say we should arise for our country. You watch these two different leaders we put at parliament and think better, reason better, get to work, so that what all of us actually desire to see, we would see that we have people that can actually lead that way for us.
Other for you see youth no arise, arise Ghana youth, when they sema John Dramani Mahama, onankasa ne doba ba na waba abonten na chese, all the expose kese ababeto abonten ede ama NDC fo no ti sia de ohwa tunu se watwe ne ho ede efi NDC party no chese ensem no de ababeto abonten ne chese ti sia ne de tintontan on NDC fo to nkwanta o mapaya do fo. When I sema I deja on social media, so I'm messaging in a bell or acromatic, so I'm going to like na ma subscribe na ma share no ma hit notification bell so ma send be abini abibi do be content awo an wona me no kasa na wonya netempa na wa hwe no etia man ti si ade me de munyina be sia makra munyina da masa.